Hi everybody, let's take a look at how to create and manage users in SchedulePop. So we can click on the user tab here on the left, and if you have any existing users, you'll see them here. If you want to create a user, you just hit add new user. So let's go ahead and do that. So we click add new user and we'll create a user, Richie Valens. And at this point, it's really important to put in the user's mobile number and or email address. SchedulePop delivers the username and password to your staff member via the email address. So if you do not have that included here, they will not receive their username and password. You can also send it to them at a later time if you don't have it right now. Mobile number is important because that is how most staff members like to receive their schedules and other notifications is via text message. So mobile number is required for that. They can also download an iPhone app and or Android app and receive their notifications and via push notifications and or schedules via the app. So that's an option as well. So let's say we put in Richie Valens email address here. And let's say we're not going to send him his confirmation email at this time. We're going to send it later, and I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to hit add user. It's giving me an opportunity to go in and edit some things on the user here. That'll just take me into the edit user page. Or I can go ahead and start to add another user by just entering the information here. Okay, but we won't do that right now. Instead, we'll just go back to the user tab here. You can see the users, and here's the Richie Valens user that I put in. And if I wanted to edit that user and work with it, which we do, we'll click edit. And so now we're in our user settings for Richie Valens, and we can go in and we can quickly see the information we put in here. And then, like we were talking about earlier, we can send the welcome email at this time if we want to, just by clicking here, and it'll send their username and password and explain to them about SchedulePop. If a staff member needed some help, we could also use the reset password here to reset their password. Now, there's forgot password tools on the user side as well, but if a staff member just comes to you and you'd like to reset it, you can. You can also add a photo of the staff member here as well, and they can add it on their side too. You just hit choose file, grab your photo file, hit upload, and it'll put the picture in here. The staff member can decide how they want to receive alerts. Like we were talking about earlier, they can receive text and email alerts here. They can also decide, maybe if you have a staff member that is not interested in picking up swap shifts and doesn't want to receive additional text messages and notifications about that, they could decide to opt out of getting an alert on swap shift requests. To change these, you would just hit edit, and you can just change whatever you want. It's important to note that they can make these changes on their end, and then you can also make them on your end as well. We highly recommend that when you're creating a new user, you collect their email address, their mobile number, and then select to receive via text and email. And that way, when you send out the schedule, they'll get it via text, they'll get an email, and most people seem to really love those features. And if they, for whatever reason, don't like it, then they would just log in and opt out. But that way you'll know off the bat they're getting them. Duties. So every user in SchedulePop needs to have at least one duty in order to be scheduled. So you'll want to add those here. So assuming you've already created your duties, and if you haven't, you can watch the short video on creating and managing duties. But if you hit add, you'll see your duties here. Let's make Richie a server, and we can customize the pay rate here. That was the default. Let's say Richie, he's a pop star. Maybe he gets $4 an hour. Let's hit assign duty. And then employees can have multiple duties. So maybe sometimes he's also a line cook, and he gets $11 an hour when he's cooking because he's not getting tips, let's say. And we could assign that duty as well. And you'll notice now, Richie's got these 2 duties here. If we decide later he's not going to be one of these things, we could delete it. Availability. Another thing, tool that you have at your disposal is when you're hiring someone, or if you're aware of their availability or unavailability, as you would have it, you can track that via Schedule Pop. So maybe Richie said that he's playing shows on Fridays and Saturdays and can never work. So maybe we'll hit edit unavailability, and we'll just do Friday as an example. And we'll say on Fridays, we'll add a new availability, and he's unavailable. It could be all day, or maybe he's only unavailable in the evening, 9 to 2 a.m. or something like that. But let's say he's not available all day, and we could save the availability here. And then now you can see it's marking that on Fridays, Richie cannot be scheduled. And you'll notice if we go to the schedule builder here and we add Richie, you'll notice on Fridays he's unavailable. So when you're going to build your schedule, when you get to Friday, you'll know, oh, okay, I don't want to schedule Richie because he's not going to show up. We'll go back to the users, and we'll go back to Richie. I'll mention one other thing. When we're on Schedule Builder, if we can drill in and edit the user directly from the user where their name is on the Schedule Builder. It's right next to it. There's a little edit button, edit user, and that takes us back here as well. So it's a little shortcut. And then another thing you can do here is if maybe Richie gets promoted and he's going to be a manager, we can give a manager permissions right here. Just use the edit button and then select it. And if someone is no longer working at your establishment or for your business, you can deselect active, and then you'll make them inactive, and that way they won't appear on the schedule grid when you select all your users, and it'll declutter your system. They'll still be there in the background, and you can view inactive users whenever you want. And so like maybe if someone only works summers, you could make them inactive and then bring them back. Making someone inactive is also a way to lower your billing in Schedule Pop as well. So you'll want to keep it clean. As people don't work for you anymore, just make them inactive, and that way they won't count towards your billing total, just so you know. And when we're in users here, you can see we can show disabled users here, and it would show more, any of those inactive users. You can also, if you have a lot of users, you can do a quick search here. So like if I just started typing in Richie, he'll just bubble right up to the top here. So that's kind of a quick and dirty on how to add users and manage users. And hopefully that was helpful for you. And as always, don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.